Round 2. We have the return of our anonymous My Little Pony fan, who is still cursed as all hell. For those of you who don't know, it's not the My Little Pony thing. Don't worry, I'm not a hater. But somehow, whenever he's on coverage, something happens. Like, I lose footage, there's lighting issues, or something. Every single time he's on coverage. So, hopefully this will go well. If not, well, shit. We'll see. He's starting us off with an Ether Vial off of a Tundra. His opponent on the right side is Vincent, someone we've seen on this channel quite a bit. He's a pretty good player, playing his signature Blood Eldrazi. The blood referring to Blood Sun, not Blood Moon. That's how you can combine it with things like whatchamacallit, Eldrazi Temple, Soul Lands. Those kinds of things. We have a turn 1 Chalice for Vincent that gets forced by the Esper Vial player here. Didn't quite see what got discarded here, but probably not going to matter that much. I think it was a Baleful Strix. Yeah, anyway, this matchup is interesting. I didn't think Chalice was going to matter anyway, but apparently our Vial player... Oh yeah, he's holding Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, that Chalice is definitely going to matter. In general, Vincent's creatures are significantly bigger, so any kind of removal that Esper Vial may present here is definitely going to be wanted. Unfortunately, that does leave him open to a Blood Sun. So, Blood Sun, it costs 2 and a red. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card. And then lands lose all abilities except mana abilities. Which means things like Grove of the Burn Willows or Eldrazi Temple, completely unaffected. Fetch lands, maybe a Merit Lage, those kinds of things, yeah, they don't actually matter anymore. They're just straight up hated out of the game. Plus, again, the thing cantrip, so if you draw a second one or a third one, you play it. You don't want to draw a second or a third one, but it's not the worst draw. I mean, I'd rather draw a Blood Sun and play that than draw, like, the 4th City of Traders. Like... It's cool that I'm filling up my graveyard, but why? You know, doesn't really do anything. Actually, now that I think about it, doesn't Blood Sun mean that City of Traders doesn't get sacrificed? I think it does, actually. But yeah, you don't... Like, this is more of the mid-range style of Eldrazi, so maybe less Embercool, less Ulamog, and more Thought-Knot Seer, Reality Smasher. So we see the Thought-Knot Seer coming out here. Probably going to be quite good here. With our Esper Vial player already on 3 cards in hand. Yeah, decides to fire it off before it gets taken away. Draws a Snow-Covered Plains holding Soul Herder and Meddling Mage. Yeah, the Soul Herder is probably a good take here. So, Plains Meddling Mage left here. Probably not the best hand, but right now fine, because Vincent doesn't seem to be doing much of anything else. So, yeah, just able to chip in for a couple points of damage. Definitely not unwanted. Second Meddling Mage coming in. Unfortunately, I don't actually know what's being named here. Now, I could see Punishing Fire being named here. The Grove is a pretty big tell, but I think our Esper Vial player knew anyway. Like, I imagine he does. Yeah. Vincent is a pretty well-known player at the Boardroom, so definitely would assume that our Vial player knows. So we are on Meddling Mage Beatdown here. It's not the worst right now. Yeah, Vincent pointing out that the City of Traders indeed does not get sacrificed because of the Blood Sun. Okay, that's a pretty cool interaction. I like that. We have Chandra Awakened Inferno. Let me look that one up. I believe it's uncounterable. That's always a fantastic ability. It's 6 mana, so it's not cheap. But then +2, it gives you an emblem that deals 1 damage to you during your upkeep. So the longer that Chandra stays on the field, the more damage is going to rack up. But it looks like Vincent went for the second mode, which is -3, deals 3 damage to each non-elemental creature. So handily going to get rid of the board of our Vial player here. Those meddling mages are no longer going to protect against any kind of Punishing Fire shenanigans, should Vincent end up actually drawing it. Yeah, the mono red doesn't have the best cantrips, unfortunately. I think the only cantrip we really have here is Matter Reshaper. Maybe Vincent plays Chandra Torch of Defiance. I could see that, but I'm not sure. Awakened Inferno is just such a massive beating. Anyway, while we wait for the brainstorm here, Chandra's last ability is -X, deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and if it dies this turn, it's exiled instead of going to the graveyard, so not going to be that relevant, but the +2 is going to put a definite clock here. And Vincent is still drawing cards, so he could still just draw another Thought-Knot Seer. He could draw Reality Smasher. Baleful Strix getting Vial in here. Baleful Strix doesn't really stop a Chandra, unfortunately, because she's +2 for that emblem. You need more than that. Is it 19, apparently? Now, Charming Prince looks like the draw for the turn. Another Brainstorm coming out. Charming Prince might end up helping, but I don't think it's enough. It could blink a Baleful Strix to draw a card. It could end up scrying. Yeah, that fetch unfortunately doesn't work. So you're kind of SOL here, unfortunately. Charming Prince, I do believe, is a converted mana cost 2. Let me be sure about that. Charming Prince. Yeah, it's 2 mana, so he could Vial it in, use it to maybe draw a card, I guess. Could decide to scry. I I like scrying just a little bit better here, I think. I mean, the difference isn't that big. That is a stomp. So the Vial player was in fact going for the blink on the Baleful Strix, but unfortunately the Strix is going to get stomped, but the stomp is going to get forced. Force pitch Strix, which thankfully means the Bone Crusher Giant is now in the graveyard. It's not on an adventure because the stomp didn't resolve, so I that's probably a good force right there. But there's still Chandra emblems here. Okay, I think our Vial player forgot to take the one from the Force of Will. They may have forgotten last time as well. I'm not sure. I think they're at 16 right now. The double emblem. Strix comes back, draws a card. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they forgot to take the one off Force of Will. Let's see if it's gonna matter. It might not actually. Like those Chandra emblems, they start ticking real fast, and that Chandra is still in the field. Like if you're taking a lightning bolt to the face every turn, then that one life is probably not going to matter that much. There's also just still the chance for Vincent to draw any kind of creature and just completely blow this whole game out of the water. It's going to wipe the board again. Yeah, and this is kind of the thing with Chandra. It's just, it goes up, really hard to get rid of, and then Reality Smasher comes down, you have no board. Yeah, that game just doesn't happen, so we go to game 2. Game 2, our Vial player on a mulligan to 6, again. Looks like we have turn 1 Ether Vial again off the Tundra. I believe I saw a Gilded Drake. Gilded Drake could potentially be very scary if it takes like a Reality Smasher. Then it suddenly becomes a very, very different game. Goblin Rebel Master could also be a really good steal. Yeah, there are a lot of really fun targets in Vincent's deck, so we'll have to see what he ends up taking. We have a Ancient Tomb and a Blood Sun coming out here. That also turns off Wasteland on occasion. But not on this occasion, as it is forced. Okay, and they take the 1. Thank God. Now our Vial player does have the Wasteland line available. I think taking the Ancient Tomb here might actually be a pretty decent play. But there's no real need to do so now. Could just take your turn, draw cards, see what you have available for options, and then do it anyway? Or decide you need the mana? No. Okay, we're gonna fire off the Wasteland. We're gonna play another Wasteland. We still have Gilded Drake and one card that I can't quite make out. So, oh, that's a Soul Herder. All right. Yeah, Soul Herder doesn't need double Wasteland. One Wasteland is fine, but you kind of want a more relevant card than that. City of Traders coming down from Vincent, and just another Blood Sun. Now the question is, do you fire off the Wasteland anyway? I think there's a world where you do. Then again, you don't really mind if Vincent is able to play a creature because you're holding the Gilded Drake, but I don't know. I could see both ways. Definitely. Like, you don't really need the mana. It'd be nice to have, because if you top deck a land, you could play the Soul Herder. But other than that, okay, it does end up resolving. Looks like we do have mana for Soul Herder here. Doesn't play it. Interesting. Not sure why. But I'll trust our Vial player on this. Meddling Mage coming out. Meddling Mage is probably a fine play here. Decides to Vial it in. Keep mana open. Going to name. Can we read? That says. No, unfortunately, no. But I would assume it's Punishing Fire. Punishing Fire just pretty much shuts down your entire deck. Stomp is also pretty good, but Punishing Fire is definitely better, especially considering Vincent has a Growth of the Burn Willows on the field. Punishing Fire would be infinitely better, but unfortunately it's Stomp and the Meddling Mage is removed. Rebel Master coming down. Now, this might be the perfect Gilded Drake target. Just take your one threat and run away with it. Unfortunately, the Ether Vial is tapped. I don't think Gilded Drake has flash, does it? No, right? It does not. No. Okay. That would have definitely been nice to have. Because now we do take the one off the token here. The draw for the turn. Not sure what that is. What is that? Is that some different art I don't know about? It's coming down. Apparently it's 3 mana. We look through the deck. Yeah, I'm actually not sure what that is. What could that be? No, it's not a Baron. Not a Soul Herder, it's not a Vancer. It gets... Sorts the Plowshares. Oh, wait, I know this. Right? I forget the name of the card, but... Is that a Spell Seeker? Yeah, I think it's Spellseeker. I've never seen that artwork before, but sure, okay. The spell seeker is going to get Swords to Plowshares and then get hit by the Punishing Fire. I mean, that's probably fine. You'd rather it not, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. We have Gilded Drake being vialed in. It's probably gonna take care of one of these Rebel Masters. Unfortunately, Vincent does have a second one. Actually, I looked it up. It is a Judge Gift Card Spellseeker. 2020. Like, yeah. Yeah, sure. Let's see. The Rebel Master gets stomped. Then we get some gobbledy-gobs coming in, doing some damage, and don't... Like, our Vial player is just not really doing anything here. So, Recruiter could be interesting. Gonna get Vialed in. Recruiter has potential to just take over the game next turn with Soul Herder. The Charming Prince being found here is going to exile the Gilded Drake. That work? Oh yeah, it's target creature you own. Yeah, no, that totally works. So Gilded Drake gonna get blinked. Gonna swap with the other Rebel Master, and now Vincent is in a bit of a pickle. Because this could potentially end up pretty damn bad. Wait. Hold on. The Charming Prince was cast off Double Tundra. The Wasteland is untapped. Okay, that is definitely a misplay. Our Vial player could have kept up Swords to Plowshares here. I don't know if you're watching, but yeah, no, you could have cast the Charming Prince off of the Wasteland and kept up the Swords to Plowshares. It doesn't actually prevent you from tapping it for mana. It prevents you from tapping it to blow up a land. Maybe you didn't know that. Maybe you figured... I don't know. I don't know what happened. Only you do. Let us know. We gotta know, man. So we have Thought-Knot Seer coming out. Is gonna get rid of the Soul Herder. Probably a good call there. Punishing Fire gonna get rid of the Rebel Master again. Now, we do still have Swords to Plowshares here. Another Gilded Drake! Oh my! Maybe you don't even... Okay, maybe you do plow it. I think I may have missed a bit of life total. No, I'm all caught up. Good. So we have another Gilded Drake, but we're not going to use it on the Thought-Knot Seer. We're going to keep open blockers against a Gilded Drake? Another Thought-Knot Seer? We have Gilded Drake and Lavinia. Yeah, Lavinia's maybe not the best card to be playing here. It's not the worst, I guess. I could see a world where it's better than anything else, for sure, but... Oh yeah, no, right, he didn't attack because there's a bunch of creatures still. There's still the goblins. Now we got a Bone Crusher Giant, we got a Thought Knot Seer. And this is pretty much the board state that Vincent wants. Just play a bunch of things and just gum up the board, because Vincent's things are just so much better. And like getting your Rebel Master stolen, that's not the worst. You should just kill them. Punishing Fire coming out, gonna take care of one of the blockers, and then Vincent is going to close out this game 2-0.